Can you step to the mic, sir? Sorry, thank you, sir.
Yes. We are receiving information about this horrific tragedy. It has moved everyone in the Congress, as you might imagine. Our hearts go out to all those involved, the families, of course, and the victims. And we're so grateful for law enforcement. We trust and hope and pray that they're able to apprehend this individual as quickly as possible. There's no more injury or loss of life. This is a dark time in America. We have a lot of problems, and we're really, really hopeful and prayerful. Prayer is appropriate at a time like this, that the evil can end and this senseless violence can stop. And so that's the statement this morning on behalf of the entire House of Representatives. Everyone wants this to end.
Would you support moving gun safety legislation forward, sir, as Speaker?
Oh, excuse me. I'm profoundly saddened to stand before you today to report that 18 people lost their lives and 13 people injured in last night's attacks. In memory of those we lost and in honor of those who were injured, President Biden and I have ordered all U.S. flags and state of Maine flags to be lowered to half-staff immediately for the next 5 days.
Currently, there is an arrest warrant for 8 counts of murder for Mr. Card. And the reason it's 8 counts because 10 people have not yet been identified. As those people are identified, the counts will probably go to the total of 18. Chief. First and foremost, the victims at the just-in-time establishment, 7 people are deceased there, 1 female and 6 males, all from an apparent gunshot wound. Victims at the Schmegley's Billiards, 8 are deceased. 7 males inside the establishment, 1 male outside of the establishment. Again, also apparent gunshot wounds.
I'm so deeply saddened, as is every one of the 1.3 million people of this beautiful state. This city did not deserve this terrible assault on its citizens, on its peace of mind, on its sense of security.
He should be considered armed and dangerous. Based on our investigation, we believe this is someone that should not be approached.
Really got many answers. So
Thank you.
My son is 15 years old, and he's in the Lewiston Auburn Youth Bowling League. Wednesday night is practice for the children, so normally we go. This time we decided to skip it for, kind of just on a whim, I guess. And it turned out possibly to be a life-saving situation. But my son's pretty shook up. It's one of those situations where you really feel like you should be safe. And I think a lot of people are feeling pretty devastated on that aspect of it. My brother is, he helps run the league, and from what I hear, he was on the side where the shooter was not, so he was able to shepherd some kids out. You can have kids bowling on 2 lanes, and then you can be down a few other lanes. Enjoying adult beverages if that's your thing. I don't personally drink, so I usually just go, and I still have a blast. I can drink Pepsi and bowl, and and the kids, The kids love it. I got the call and found out that something had happened at the bowling alley, and immediately I took my scanner app out on my phone, and within probably 10 minutes, I heard active shooter at Smenji's, which is the next place, the pool hall. I live just down the street here, and Smenji's is 2 minutes away from my house. You never would think that something like this would happen in Lewiston. As the town's getting bigger, you do hear more violent situations happening, gunshots downtown, things like that. But a mass shooting event like this is not something that, I just never thought it could happen here. When he heard he heard a shot, he heard a pop, and he turned around and saw what was happening. So he turned to the kids and said, active shooter, and he was right near an emergency exit. So I believe he herded them out that door, but as far as I know, he doesn't know how he's going to unsee some of the things that he saw. The carnage it's terrible. There's people that he had coached from 5 years old to 18, and even adults he still helps. So he had a big heart that went out to anybody that was in need of it. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Patrick.
Have a good day.
I can't do this. Frustrated, worried. We know a close friend has passed. We're sheltering in place. I'm still working because I can work from home. My husband canceled his jobs today to stay home with me. We're praying for everyone. We're just hoping everyone gets through this, that the people that are injured recover safely and their families are good. Our hearts go out to all those that didn't make it. I'm not worried about sheltering in place. I feel safe. We've had friends contact us from away, South Carolina friends, my mom in Washington. They've all contacted us, and we're letting everybody know we're safe. We're okay. Just everybody pray for those that are hurt. Pray for the families that have a loss.
Yeah, again, we have 8 patients right now in our hospital. 5 of them are stable. 3 of them are in critical condition, and we're continuing to monitor their condition closely. It's certainly it's unprecedented insofar as the severity of the injuries and certainly the attack on the community. Our team is prepared to deal with mass casualty incidents as this one was, and in terms of the volume of patients that we saw of a very short period of time, that certainly rises to a level that we don't often see. And what made it more difficult was the fact that this is our community. A lot of our team members work and live in this community. They know people in this community. They had family members and loved ones and friends who may have been out in these establishments last night. So very difficult for them, but they persevered and took care of the patients that they needed to take care of. We drill on these types of scenarios, multiple times a year. All of the individuals I mentioned, especially the trauma surgeons, the emergency nurses, the operating room nurses, they drill on these types of situations, so they knew what to do and how to do it, and they handled it expertly. We are providing 24-hour coverage of mental health and emotional health support for all of our employees and our team members here, as well as partnering with community agencies, both locally and somewhat distant, for mental health and well-being of our patients. We had approximately 50 providers, nurses, respiratory therapists working tirelessly on the patients that we were seeing here. At one point had 7 patients in our ORs. We evolved our team of emergency providers, orthopedic surgeons, trauma surgeons, urologists, and vascular surgeons.
Today is a dark day for the state of Maine. As the mayor said, our hearts are heavy with grief. This heinous attack, which has robbed the lives of at least 18 Mainers and injured so many more, is the worst mass shooting that the state of Maine has ever experienced and could ever imagine. Right before I came into this building, I had a call from the deputy director of the FBI, who told me that there are 80 FBI agents on site participating in the search for the killer. I know that no words can fully ease the shock, the pain, and the justifiable anger that you are feeling. My hope is that you will feel the solace and strength in knowing that you are in the hearts of the people of Maine and of people throughout our nation.
Yesterday, this is what happened in Lewiston. At a time like this, a leader is forced to grapple with things that are far greater than his or herself. Humility is called for as accountability is sought by the victims of a tragedy such as this one. Out of fear of this dangerous world that we live in my determination to protect my own daughter and wife in our home and in our community, because of a false confidence that our community was above this and that we could be in full control, among many other misjudgments, I have opposed efforts to ban deadly weapons of war like the assault rifle used to carry out this crime. The time has now come for me to take responsibility for this failure, which is why I now call on the United States Congress to ban assault rifles like the one used by the sick perpetrator of this mass killing in my hometown of Lewiston, Maine.
I cannot, because I don't want to jeopardize the search for him in any way. I have talked extensively to law enforcement, and as I said just very recently with the FBI deputy director, but I certainly don't want to jeopardize the search in any way.
Last time I saw him was 2 weeks ago when he was helping his father hay this field right here. And perfectly normal. I mean, there was nothing out of the norm. Hardworking farming family, doing their thing, you know, nothing out of the ordinary.
He said that he'd use his new $2,000 thermal.
It's not just my hometown, it's my neighbor. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I have a neighbor that did something really horrible. So it's I don't know, it's definitely going to take a long time to get through this, I guess. It won't be the same. Nothing's going to be the same. I feel so bad for his father, what he's going to go through, the rest of his family. You know, it's not their fault, but it's going to fall on them. There's no getting around it. It's going to fall on them. It was a $2,000 thermal scope he had just gotten. And it's, you know, that's infrared. You can see in the dark with it. It picks up heat signatures. I don't have that. I mean, who could afford that if you know, unless you're really into wanting that? I don't know. The state of mind somebody would have to be in to do that, what he did already. And it's scary to think what could still happen. All day there was a plane flying around nonstop doing loops earlier for hours. There's been helicopters with spotlights going over. I mean, SWAT team vans and stuff I saw roll by this morning. Unbelievable. You never see that here. There's no reason for that here. I heard he was in Togus, which is the mental health hospital in Augusta, where all the veterans go. It's a veterans hospital. I heard he was there for a few weeks during the summer because he was reportedly hearing voices in his head. I don't get why that wasn't taken care of. I don't get why he didn't get better treatment or more treatment or... It's like, why wasn't that taken serious? I mean, there's nobody's gonna say they're gonna do something like that if they're just joking around. It's not a funny thing. It's not a, you know, it's not a, let's just, you know, throw that out there for laughs and see if anybody cares. And it happened. He went and did what he said he was gonna do. It doesn't make any sense why that wasn't addressed before the fact that it was actually capable of happening.